Hi guys, and today we're going to be talking about, we're going to start the human body, um, and just like with with all the other videos we have, at the end of this you'll be expected to answer some review questions and submit them to the classroom. Alright, so let's begin. This is chapter 20, protection. This is also the introduction to the human body. Alright, and these are all the terms that we're going to be starting or learning about today. So we'll get, all right. So how does the human body work? Okay, well, first and foremost, the human body, humans are made in God's image, as it says so in Genesis, when God said, let us make man in our image, okay? Also, humans have a higher value, and they have authority over all living things. This is seen in the creation mandate that we've talked about since the beginning of school. So that being said, we hold human beings regard on a higher level, and there is more value. So we should be treating them more value, have more value to them than we do with animals. Unfortunately, in our society, we do see people treating animals with more value than humans, all the way from unborn children all the way up to elderly people. So, two phrases you're going to hear are human anatomy and human physiology, okay? You probably know we have a course called Anatomy and Physiology. And what is the difference between the two? Well, human anatomy is the study of man's physical makeup and structure. So it's just what's inside the human body. What are all the parts of the human body? And human physiology is how those processes work, okay? So anatomy is about what's inside the body. Physiology is about how it works and functions. And human anatomy and physiology is actually very effective because it helps us to learn more about the human body, so we can better take care of it and to actually be good stewards of his image bearers and to treat each other kindly and with respect. All right. So, starting off, just some basic stuff. There are 4 types of tissue in the human body, 4 basic types of tissue. There's epithelial, okay? And this tissue covers body surfaces. It forms the lining of the internal cavities. And its major function is for protection, okay? So, like right here, this is part of the epithelial inside your mouth and the tract inside your digestive organs. It also helps with secretion, absorption, and filtration of objects. And it's thin and flat to cube and elongated. So if you ever see a picture of a skin cell under a microscope, you can see it's going to be flat, almost pancake-like. We also have connective tissue. It's widely distributed throughout the tissue. It's supporting and protecting. If you've ever had a whole chicken and you've had to take it apart, there's a lot of connective tissue in there. Fat tissue is dense and fibrous. We have fat tissue. There's dense and fibrous tissue, cartilage, bone, blood, lymph tissue. All of these are considered connective. Muscle tissue, there are 3 types we're going to talk about. Skeletal, smooth, and cardiac, and we'll get more into that when we cover the muscular system. And then there's the nervous tissue, and these guys are conductors of electricity inside the body, the impulses, and they receive stimuli and connect to each other to help send messages throughout the body. And the biggest ones are the nerve cells or the neurons, and they're long and string-like. So when we talk about the nervous system, we'll talk more about that. All right. There are 11 human systems. We're only going to be talking about 10 of them. We won't be talking about the reproductive system, but we are going to start off by talking about the integumentary system, the lymphatic system, and then we're going to talk about the skeletal, the muscular, the respiratory, circulatory, digestive, urinary, nervous, and endocrine. And each of these has a different role. The integumentary system, its job is to, it's made of skin. It protects the body from antigens. So this stuff right here, if you didn't have your skin, you would be constantly, you wouldn't last long because your body wouldn't be able to fight off all the germs and the antigens that are invading your body. The lymphatic system helps protect the body from disease antigens. It helps filter things. It helps produce the defense mechanisms. The skeletal system helps support and protect the organs in the body. Muscular system helps with movement. Respiratory system helps with gas exchange inside the blood and the environment. Circulatory system works in conjunction with the lungs. It helps to also move materials, air, and food or nutrients through the body, through the blood system. The digestive system breaks down food. The urinary system excretes waste and helps to maintain water balance. That's with the kidneys. The nervous system is in charge of the movement processes and sensory information. And the endocrine system functions by secreting hormones, which are chemical messengers that help regulate other body systems. And then, of course, the reproductive system is designed to help with reproduction. Okay. All right, so because God created human beings, you are familiar with that. The body is perceived as a temple. It's supposed to be, supposed to care for it and treat it wisely. It is considered a temple, but our bodies are fallen due to sin. So as we study the human body, we need to be cautious, okay? We're going to be talking about some things in here. I'm going to try to be as discreet as possible, but don't let, don't allow our discussions to dull your sense of modesty, okay? Practice modesty still. Don't lose sensitivity to violence, okay? We're going to be seeing some images that might be disturbing to people, and we need to be sensitive to violence, okay? And very carefully, we have to be careful. We have to be careful about misapplying knowledge, okay? And we have to be careful with that because that can be affected by our worldviews. Some people who believe in a secular worldview have no problem saying that a baby should be aborted, but people with a Christian worldview would say no, that's a life, and you shouldn't do that. Okay, so you have to be careful with that. The biggest thing, guys, is to use your knowledge to glorify God. Okay, in everything we do, and that includes even study of the human body.